Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien with Bubba here on Thursday, July 18th. Stand by for commentary. Well, yesterday, July 17th, CBS Evening News new, uh, how would you say, anchor or director Nora O'Donnell had a special report with the acting Secretary of Homeland Security where he was showing her a special detention camp. And she was talking to some of the detainees, or one of the detainees in specific. Now, Miss O'Donnell, the questions that you were asking a Secretary of, or acting Secretary of Homeland Security, the way you were trying to put it, you violated the CBS News and the CBS way of reporting, big time. Number one, when you asked him and he told you Congress has to eliminate the situation, you wanted him to put himself on the spot. He's just the acting Secretary of Homeland Security. He's got to go by what the executive department wants him to do and what the law and the Constitution allows him to do. And these are illegal aliens. Okay? Doesn't matter how they got here, what their plights were, they're still illegal aliens. This is what you Americans don't understand. What do you have to get through your heads about this? Human beings are different in any other country. They're not the same. They value different things. They value humanity different. Why can't you report on that? Especially the lady that you were reporting from Venezuela. And she says, oh yes, I walked a lot of walking. Boy, there's got to be something wrong here. From Venezuela to the United States? Why didn't she stop? I know she doesn't want to Colombia. Colombia and Venezuela have a not good relationship. Now, Panama has known to let Venezuelans in. My home country, Panama. I don't understand you, Mrs. O'Donnell. Why did you do this report this way? And you asked her, how is your, are they treating you good? Are they feeding you good? And you didn't let the translator answer the question. She answered it herself, and I'm Spanish, and I can hear the answer. Yes, very much so. Thank you. Very excellent, as she put it. Excelente. And the reason she's here, and you stated it, it's because she is a journalist from Venezuela. I can see why, because Maduro hates journalists over there. Journalists in Panama under my administration of Noriega were not quite good either. You don't get that, Mrs. O'Donnell. You wouldn't have lasted a minute under Noriega over there, especially if you call him Pineapple Face. Now, Torrijos tolerated them. For a strong man to tolerate press. And they used to really just say some nasty things about him from 68 till he died in 81, okay? But Noriega, you tried to do that on TV, whoop, you were gone. So I can understand why she left Venezuela. And she knew the law, that she had her daughter and she could get in here. But what you don't understand, Miss O'Donnell, is the United States has very strict laws on asylum. They have very strict laws on being a permanent resident alien. You know how long it took me to get here? 3 years. And I was raised in the United States territory of the Canal Zone. Also, I was educated in the United States Canal Zone, Balboa High School. It took me 3 years to get a permanent resident visa. And you should see all the stuff that when I was interviewed by the different people there. They weren't exactly nice. The FBI, I even got interviewed by the CIA because they wanted to make sure I didn't have no Contras or Colombian affiliation with their cartels, especially Escobar's at the time. And one guy says, I hate you, Spick. And I hate that I have to put you in here. You soil our country. Really? I told him, well, what happens, and this is a question you should ask Miss O'Donnell, is what happens when your economy goes downhill? Are the Canadians going to be open door to you? Are the Mexicans going to be open door to you? When your residents start, we can't live here anymore. It's too high crime. It's too volatile with people like AOC with their uh, socialism and people like Bernie Sanders and people like Mr. President Trump. You can't live in this country when it gets high crime. And it's going that way. And people with guns all over the place. Come on, Miss O'Donnell. Do the report right. You should have asked them, okay, what do you mean by what Congress needs help? And then you said, oh, because they're going to have to give you the 8 point something billion dollars? It's not about money, Mrs. O'Donnell. It's about what the Congress has to do to fix this mess. And they're not even tackling that. The Democrats don't even want to do that. So I subscribe to a lot of people who say, do you want to see the United States in trouble? Open up the open borders. Tell everybody, hey, you can come in. No problem. And see in about 3 years, after they soak all your resources and everything they can get out of you, they're going to move on to the Canadians, and the Canadians are going to be slamming the door. The Mexicans will be slamming the door. They don't want them back. This is your favorite alien telling CBS News, and especially Miss Nora O'Donnell, you have to do a better reporting. This liberal / one-sided reporting is terrible. Thank you.